So while shh, Billy, hey Dutch, that does work better than yelling. Thank you. That's kind of cool. I should have did that when Caleb was growing up. It's like, ah! Right? Awesome. That was a great technique. Thank you. I've been learning a lot this weekend. Look, give a big hand for this awesome, handsome man bringing the hamster wheel. So, would it be okay with you if I told you a really quick personal story? So I've spoken on big stages in my past life, but not having to sell. And I've spoken in rooms of 1,500 people at the same event that Clinton spoke at, just not in the same room, of course. And I didn't go join him in the Oval Office. I promise. I was too heavy for him, and blonde. So yesterday, but for me to be able to be, when I was asked 30 days ago to be the Emcee here, I was on the phone with Dustin. He was, I have a question I'd like to ask you, something I'd like for you to do for me, but I want you to think about it because it would be a lot of work. And I'm like, what's that? When Nicole said Dustin wanted to talk to me, I was like, oh God, I'm in trouble again. I didn't know what it was. And so when he called and he said, we'd like you to be the Emcee of our next event, and I went, I don't know, I think I can do that. I was like, oh my God, like I was so excited because for the main whole soul reason is I'm one of those people who know that the industry, especially in personal development, is ridden with people who don't have a lot of integrity or fulfillment for that part. And I'm one of those people, and I know the people in this room are those people who fulfill, who work so hard to take care of their clients. Who here takes care of their clients better than anyone else, right? And when I met them, the way that they have served me and served my son and served hundreds and thousands of other people, it was my honor to be able to stand on stage and be able to announce and present and represent the people I think have some of the biggest integrity in this industry. So it was my honor to do that, and I was super excited about that. But yesterday I got a message. Actually, I got tagged by my sister, and I realized that it was the death of my dad's 4-year anniversary. And I know many of you who have lost a parent, who's lost a parent before, that when those days come up, they become very emotional. And then the holidays come up, they're very emotional. And so those of you who know me well, you know how close I am to my dad. And there's a picture on Facebook, but the person's taking pictures. Do you remember yesterday morning when we did the pow, pow, pow? Remember that? There's a picture of me doing this in the entire room, doing that. And I felt at that moment that my dad was looking down, and he was so proud and that he could be here with us. So thank you guys for that experience. And that picture is something I will keep forever, because this moment of being here with you for these 3 days, to be able to serve you, is a huge honor for me. And I want to thank you so much for letting me do it. Thank you. I want to read a quick testimonial. I have Nancy's cell phone. We're not going to give it back to her. Nancy Matthews. I'll give it back to you after lunch. Okay. Someone posted this on Facebook, and this is so cool. This is an awesome testimonial. Sharing the wealth. Yesterday I was offered a paid speaking gig because during a networking luncheon I bought along Nancy Matthews' book, The One. You guys remember Nancy, who was up here when Dustin did his magic trick, right? And explained the concept, giving full kudos to Nancy and WPN. People were actively listening. This morning, 2 more speaking requests came in from that same networking luncheon. All of them wanted me to speak about the concept, about becoming the one. Within 24 hours, those requests will bring in over $1,000, just spreading the gospel, according to Nancy, Reverend Dr. Quinn. So give Nancy and her a big hand. That's amazing. Woo! Where is he? Thank you, Nancy. Woohoo! Give him a big hand. All right, so before I pick this, who wants to win? Who's been back from break every single time on time and in the chair? Be honest. Oh, now some of you, come on. You're storytellers. Good ones. Okay, so we're going to pick you, right, for the next prize. Who wants to win? Me. Okay. All the way from, they can't write. I'm not sure it's a C-O or a W, or I'm not sure, but Suzanne, woo! So what are we going to give her? Where are the prizes? Here we go. You know what, Suzanne? I think because of the trip that she shared her picture yesterday. Yeah, come on up here. Yesterday, after I talked about my son this morning, she came over to show me a picture of her son, and she's also a single mom, and she works really hard to build her business to be able to support your son, and he's the love of your life too, right? Yeah. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I want to get, this is a recorder, so you can record everything here and take it back with you and share with your son and keep lifting him up, because one day he's going to make you even more proud than he already does today. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for a hand. Okay. So I want to tell you guys a story. Do you remember when I was just asking you about, are you the best at what you do? Who here's the best at what they do? Who here's ever been sitting down with a potential client who you felt like was perfect, that you could help them better than anybody else? And you knew that they would get so much value from what you had to offer. Anybody? Potential clients? Even lately. So, and then you go through this whole process and you pull out their pain and you show them the benefits of what it's going to be like to work with you, and then they say, I can't afford it. Who's ever had that happen to him? I can't afford it. And in your mind, you're like so frustrated because you know that if you help them, they're going to start making more money. Their life is going to be different. You know you can change their life. Is that correct? Yes? But we let them go because they can't afford it. They give us the story, especially the same one that's like ours. Oh, I'm a single mom, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And then, you know what's even worse, is a couple of weeks later, you see them run to the back of a room at an event that you're at. Or you find out that they're working with someone else similar to you, but you know you can help them better. Who's ever had that happen to them? Yeah? Does it hurt? Does it feel like sick right here? Do you feel like they're going to be back later to ask you to help them and they still are not going to be able to afford it? That was me. I was working so hard. 17, 18, 20 hours a day. Even my son's life, I missed half his life. I traveled a week. We said bedtime prayers on the phone. When I went into business for myself and coaching business, I worked all the time. I worked late at night doing the things that someone else probably should have been doing, but I couldn't afford to get help. And then during the day, I worked serving my clients the best that I could. I was frustrated. Who's ever felt that way? Frustrated in your business. Well, I decided to go and speak at an event, one where you pay money to do, pay to play. Who's ever paid to play before? So we know what that's like, right? It was local. I wanted to build a relationship with the woman who was putting on a local event. I paid money. I had my team there. I was there for 3 days. It was supposed to be my ideal client. I walked in the room. I was so excited. I said, this is not my ideal client, but we're here. We're going to make the best of it. The speakers start. Speaker after speaker after speaker, sell fest after sell fest after sell fest. But you know what was interesting? No one was selling anything. The whole room sat there. Most of them were very poor. It was very like devout, or they were very proud to be broke. Very religious type of crowd, it's okay to be broke. God said so. In my personal opinion, God did not put you here to be broke. He didn't, because he wants you to share your message. So then I get up at the end of the first day, and this is the very first time that my boyfriend came out to see me speak. He shaved and put on a collared shirt. All my friends went, oh my God, they didn't even recognize him. And afterwards, people came up to me and tears in their eyes and, oh, you touched me and I loved your story and that was so wonderful. I sold 2 in a room of 150 people, 2 packages of $300. And I sold the most. Yay. That was the first day, so now the rest of the weekend I was in angst and I was fear and this is not working for me. My son, 2 weeks prior to this, had gotten accepted to USF in St. Pete. Now I had a $9,000 bill for college, and I didn't even think I was going to get accepted to college, so how was I going to do this? Not with those 2 packages, for sure. But this went on, weekend, got to know people. It was a lot of fun. It was one big party. It was one big love fest, right? We all loved each other. But I didn't make any money, and I was paying my team to be there. The third day, this woman gets up at the very end of the day. I'm like, that's so-and-so. She was on the telephone with me. She wasn't there the whole 3 days. I'm there all 3 days making friends with everybody. She gets up at the end of the day. Looks like she had on a ball gown. She might have even been barefooted, actually. I wasn't sure. I was sitting right about where Nancy's sitting right now. She gets up there, gets on the floor. Boom, 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 boom. 40 minutes later, goes to the back of the room. The entire room gets up, follows her to the back of the room. I'm sitting where Nancy is. The only person left in the audience is me with my mouth hanging open going, what in the hell just happened? She's standing on the table. I took a picture. My assistant's over there with my credit card. It was some good stuff she was selling. I was like, go get that, but I'm not going. And I'm like, I'm doing something wrong here. So when the dust settled, I went outside. Do you guys mind if I say one bad word? Because I know it's not ladylike to do that when you're on stage. Is it okay with you? Yeah. I walked outside and I go, what kind of Pied Piper shit was that? She goes, oh my God, I can't believe it worked. I go, worked? What worked? What are you talking about? She goes, these guys in St. Pete. St. Pete? I didn't even know where St. Pete was until 2 weeks ago. St. Pete? I talked to her 2 days later. She referred me to Speak an Empire, and the rest is history. It was a long journey to get to here, but that person, she wasn't in the principal's office at kindergarten. She didn't have a willingness to just get on stage and speak in front of other people. I was always very open. I can talk. I talk too much, right? Half the time I see Dutch going, enough, right? She was very introverted. She was very quiet. She's not very outgoing and friendly. She's a technical genius. How many people here are super smart, but you're introverted, and when you come out, it's like you like to make friends and everything, but it's just not really your comfy place? How many of you? A few of you? It's not a lot, because usually mostly entrepreneurs are all, I know, because I'm trying to get you back from break, right? But if it can work for her, what can it do for me? I made a phone call to Caroline, and she's been dating me ever since. She's a long-term dater. Whether you buy or not, she will date you. She loves you. She's connected me to so many people. She knows everyone in the industry. And at the time when I talked to her on the phone, I had zero money. My God, I just spent a whole bunch of money on an event where 2 people bought, and one, their credit card didn't go through. But that's how the Pied Piper close was named. So I want you guys to watch something really special, and I hope that everyone is in the room, and if you feel like you need to hold it, please. This is going to be something, if you've never seen this before, is going to change your life. I have a quick gift for you, okay? Here we go. Look at these beautiful faces. Woo! Welcome. Welcome. Who drove the furthest? I want to know, because I know some people drove this morning 5 hours. But who drove the furthest? Anybody? Who drove the furthest there in the back? Anybody from? Thank you for playing. We're going to give her a point just for being here. Couple things. We're going to do a group picture after lunch. So ladies, tighten up the Spanx, put the lip gloss on, whatever you got to do. We're going to have a group picture after lunch. But I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on today and a little bit of story about me and why I'm honored to be able to be up here in front of you and to be able to be in service to you. Would that be okay with you? Awesome. So here's us 2 days ago. It seems like a week ago, right? We're in the elevator. You can see Dustin's face looking like they're at it again. But we were all in here fixing everything up. We've got amazing prizes here for everyone. What you're going to do, you see that hamster wheel back there? Can you hold the hamster wheel up, Adam? Who feels like they're on a hamster wheel in their company, in their business sometimes, right? So the idea we have is put your name in it, and the idea is to get out of it, right? Just like in our business. Fill out one of the yellow slips, and what we're going to do every time we come back from break or we come back from lunch, we're going to pull your name out of the hamster wheel, and you win a prize at the same time. So it's going to be real important to come back on time for that. But here we are having fun. You know, I've been in this business not too long, not in this side of the industry, but I've never worked with such an amazing team. People who are high in integrity, who are honest, who have values, men who are at a higher conscious level. I'm from South Texas. I never knew that before, right? I thought they all wore cowboy boots and said, hey, y'all. You know, so I didn't know. But I'm surrounded by amazing people all the time. But I'm really honored to be able to be on this team for this weekend. So one of the things I'm going to share with you this morning is a little bit about me and how I came to be here, but also I'm going to share with you a little story about the amazing people here that are here to serve you this weekend and some of the things that you're going to get out of it. Who here wants to get tremendous value out of this weekend? Yes, right? Yes. Also, there's a couple of things I want you to write down before we get started today. Number one, write down why you're here. Why am I here? And no, Kitty, not just to see Shelley. So I know Kitty wanted to come anyway. Why are you here? And if you can write that down right now, this morning, in this moment, before it all starts, because what you're about to see over the next 3 days is going to blow your mind. I'm at events almost every weekend. That's my business. It's what I do now. There's nothing that surprises me anymore. You can't spook me anymore. But once I came here, I was like, wow. So some of the most advanced training you're going to see or get that you don't have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for in a fulfillment event. So number two, why do I want to learn these things? Or why do I want to get out of this? And then number three, the most important thing, what is it going to do to help my family and me? What is it going to do to help me and my family? What you came for and why, and if you learn that or you get that out of it, how is it going to help you and your family? When Dave taught me that a little while ago, when I use that at my events, it really helps people to focus and to stay in the moment. So you're about to discover some of the most advanced training techniques in speaking, marketing, and selling that you've ever seen. And for somebody who was on stage at 4 years old, with my parents were in Amway, so if you can imagine me standing on a bar stool in diapers with long blonde hair, drawing circles going, ain't it great? If y'all know what Amway does. But you're about to discover techniques that you've never seen anywhere before. My promise to you that by the end of these 3 days that you've been here, you're going to meet incredible people. You're going to have an amazing time. Every single one of you will want to purchase what is available to you, and you're not going to want to leave. I never left. So 1 year ago today, I was sitting right where you're sitting right now. 1 year ago, very much in fear, lack, anxiety, as a single mom, and I had run out of answers. But you're going to learn some of those things today and tomorrow and the next 3 days. You're going to get it all, and they don't hold back. So my first time, who's ever been on stage before? On purpose? No? Not drinking? No? Yes? No. Why did all the hands go down? Who's been on stage sober, on purpose, intentionally? Okay. So who remembers the first time they were on stage and they were really nervous? Yeah? So I want to share something with you that I've learned from coaches over the years that helps me get unnervous when I go out on stage, and I'll tell you why. Because when it's the first time on stage and you're really nervous, you've got to get out of your head. My first event, even before I did my Power Day, Dave called me, And I was standing in the parking lot, and I didn't want to be late. And he says, "This is what I want you to do." And he did this circle exercise about stepping into my power, my greatness. And I ended up closing everyone in the room because I knew that that's what I needed to do. I knew that that's how I was going to have to be able to serve them the best. But he helped me be able to get into service. You want to get into your heart. So when you get nervous, and I have clients who get nervous all the time when they get on stage, but when you do that, because I felt it earlier, I was like, oh my God. This is really important to me because the people that I'm going to introduce to you are super important to me in my life. And I said, wait a minute, it's not about me. It's about you. It's about the people who are in the audience. It's the people that you're here to serve. So you want to get into your heart. So when you're nervous, you want to get into service. Who remembers the school crossing guard that was very much about service when you were little? Anybody here? Who remembers the one that was really cranky? No, I forgot. Forget that one. The one that was in service, right? So you want to get into service. So one of the things that y'all want to learn this one thing I do to kind of get unstressed and out of anxiety when you're going to get on stage? Yeah? Okay, everybody stand up. Stand up. And if you can imagine this, I was doing this at a lunch group one day. It's a little loud, okay? And I went out back because I didn't want to scare anyone. And I didn't realize that the guy from the kitchen was taking the trash out. But this is what I do. I'm like, pow, pow, pow! All of a sudden, I heard all these boxes crumble like that. I'm like, oh, hi. So let's try it, you guys. You want to try it? It'll get you going. You ready? When I say 3, on the count of 3, you're going to go, pow, pow, pow. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Pow, pow, pow! Oh, we can do a little better than that, right? Little? This table over here are my friends. I want to see my friends. Y'all can make all of them. Come on. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Pow, pow, pow! Have a seat. That was awesome. How do you feel now after that? Wasn't that awesome? So about 8 years ago, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story today, but I'll share with you over the next 3 days as I'm emceeing and helping keep everything together. I found these actual pictures from my computer 8 years ago. Now, 8 years ago, my son was diagnosed with ADD. He had heart trouble, he had a heart problem, and he couldn't take meds. I had lost my 6-figure income job. I'd lost my house. His father, when my son was 12 years old, died. This is all in a 6-month period, by the way. And I decided to change things in my life, and I found these exact pictures and put them on like a visual vision board. None of these things were true. I lived in the snow in Connecticut. I had no money, no man, no nothing, really. But these were the things that I wanted. 8 years ago, I put this up here. One of the things that I've learned, and I know there's many people who have learned this too as well, but surround yourself with people who are only going to take you to a higher place. Who's learned that in their life? And what happens when you do? Also, you've got to have a proven system. We can be abundant all day long, and we can ask for blessings all day long, and we can get into action all day long. But if you don't have a proven system, we seem to fall down and we can't get back up sometimes, right? So I had to seek that out. So who am I? You know, I thought everybody knew who I was. And then yesterday, this guy came up to me and goes, hi, I'm so-and-so. Who are you? Like that. I go, oh, I'm Shelley. So I'm Shelley Mithchell. I'm actually a client of the Speaking Empire. I was here a year ago, right where you are, and was here to learn, was here to find the answer of how to fix this stuff, because I was struggling in my business. But I'm a nationally recognized speaker. Why? Because I said so originally, but now I am, right? I told people that, and then it started happening. So this year I started saying I'm an international speaker, and now I'm booked to speak in London in February. So give me you, right? So whatever you are, say what you are. I'm also a certified ADHD coach. So if I get distracted, I'm also certified ADHD. So if you see me get distracted, just put me on a leash and bring me back, okay? I ran multi-million-dollar businesses for many, many other people, and that was it, and I got a paycheck for that, and it got frustrating. But I ended up starting my own business in coaching, and I was top 10% in sales and recruiting in 2 different direct sales companies for fun, right? That's what we do when we're bored. I built a 6-figure coaching practice my first full year. Then it stopped. I got stuck. I didn't know what else to do. I was a big fish swimming in a little pond. It was just competition and backstabbing and all of this stuff, and I didn't know how to get out of it. So here's me. And I'm not going to go into my entire story this morning because we don't have that much time, but I do want to tell you a little bit about myself. And this piece right here, I think Mira's going to share something if he can. Who knows what that is? Who's heard that in real life? Right? Can I get all of the veterans to please stand up? Let's give the veterans a big, big round of applause for their service. Woo! And all of you that are spouses or family members of veterans, we honor you as well. After struggling in my life and being abused by my mom and having to testify against her on the stand, and she lost everything, but I had to or I would have had to stay in an abusive home. Graduating, not having a lot of direction or structure, but I knew business. I started selling at 4 years old, right? I joined the Army. That was when I was told that girls won't go to combat. That was funny. That was in '88. Shortly after that, I found myself in Panama for Operation Just Cause, and then Desert Shield, Desert Storm in Saudi Arabia. So I was one of 77 women in the world at the time who had 2 combat patches. So I know what it's like. For those of you who've gone through combat and you've seen someone's leg get blown off or have had Scud missiles flying over your head, I know where you've been and I know what it's like. So I got out of the military with a lot of issues, right? Disabilities, after falling off a truck, injuring my neck, my back. I'm in a lot of pain. I actually brought my massage therapist with me, but some people stole him. I haven't seen him since he was at the bar last night doing party tricks with his little massage things. I had my son. So when you have a son or a child who has children, your life changes, right? Your life is no longer yours. It's not yours to screw up anymore. And I decided that I needed to get into action for him. So I played it safe. And I played it safe and went and got a property management job and worked in corporate for 23 years. Who here has played it safe because they knew they had other responsibilities? Yes? You made decisions knowing you weren't following your passion and dream, but you wanted to be able to put a roof over your head or played it safe in your life. I did that for a long time. This is what it got me. 262 pounds using a scooter at Walmart when I was 38 years old. And that's when Caleb's father dropped dead. And that's Caleb. He was 50 pounds overweight. He ended up getting arrested. He was doing drugs. I didn't know what to do. I was a single mom running around like crazy. We lost our house. But after coming back from the military, Cosmopolitan made me their first fun, fearless female. I never thought much more about it after that until I became a business coach. But this right here was a big eye-opener for me when you can't move and you can't do things anymore. And I knew in that moment that I needed to do something to change our life. So now it's just Caleb and I. So I want you to write this down. This is really important. Passion. You've got to know what your passion is. What you just wrote down earlier about why you're here, what you're here for, and what difference is it going to make for your family. If you can focus on that this weekend and take action on it, don't just sit there and look at it because that's not going to get you anywhere. That'll keep you in a scooter at Walmart. That's where it got me. That equals your freedom. It truly does. It equals your freedom. So we're going to talk really quickly about the 7 proven strategies to maximize your experience this weekend. Would you like to know how to maximize what you're getting this weekend? Yes? Who wants to know that? Okay, really quick. Your network is your net worth. So before coming to the Speaking Empire, these were my clients. How many people have clients that look at you with their open wallet and their sad doe eyes about how they do not have any money? I can't afford, I don't have any money. Can you trade? I have like 200 healers lined up to help me with my back problems. Like, I can only trade so much, people. So this is what my clients look like now. So remember, it's who you hang out with is what's going to make you a better person and where you're at. First, you want to be prepared, present, and professional. Prepared means having everything that you need in the room so you don't have to get up because it's very distracting to other people. For somebody who does have ADHD, I get totally distracted when people are chatting next to me. I learned a very powerful lesson one time. Nancy Matthews doesn't realize how much impact this had on me, but we used to speak a lot together, and I ran one of her organizations. And I used to whisper, thinking nobody would hear when there's a speaker on stage. And she came up to me at the end, and she said, don't do that, because when people do it to you, you'll get distracted, and it's rude, and it's disrespectful. And we were really good friends, and not telling me that it's about her, but that made me realize. So who here is a speaker? Who here wants to be a speaker? Let me hear you. Yes. If you do it, when there's other people on stage, people are going to do it to you. So if someone's on stage, and if you're standing in the back or you're sitting there, if the roof is falling, write it on a note. Okay? Chicken Little is just not going to work here. So be present, be in the moment. If you've got your laptop out and you're doing emails and you're doing other work, you're going to miss something that could change your life that will happen in a split second. I promise you, you may have been to other events. You may have been to other workshops and trainings and boot camps, but you're going to get exactly what you came for here. And be professional. I see a bunch of professionals out there. I don't see anybody who needs that one. Number 2, be respectful. So respectful, really, when you're talking to each other, and we're all here, how many coaches, authors, coaches we have in here? So as coaches, we want to go and fix things. Well, you should do this, and you should do that, and you know what? This really works, and blah, 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 blah. You may want to consider, so make suggestions. Because then people will shut down and not hear you. And also, you never know who you're sitting next to. You have some 8-figure people in this room. 8-figure, well, you have 9-figure people in this room too, but I think one was standing in the back. The interruption policy. So when someone's on stage, or when someone's speaking and you're masterminding, interrupting should really be kept to non-existent. Raise your hand or wait for the other person to stop speaking. But if someone's on stage, wait until the Q&A when it's time to ask questions. Because if you're anything like me, if you ask me a question and I get distracted, I forgot what the heck I was saying a few minutes ago. Thank you. So this is my handsome son. Isn't he? Come to serve and be committed. Who's a server? Who helps other people? Who's here to change the world? Can I get a hell yeah? Woo! So come here to serve and be committed. Be committed to the process. Play full out. When Dave and Dustin give you something to work on or something to do, don't put it in a pile and say, I'll do it when I get home, because you know what? That's not going to happen, right? We know that. So be committed and come here to serve. Number 5. This is a toughie because a lot of people in this room are really successful. At the very last Speaking and Marketing Academy, there was a guy there who was sitting at the table. He's in the room. I had no idea who he was. He had on a T-shirt, a ball cap, a scruffy beard, and I'm like, my mind, I didn't say this out loud, how did Caroline let him in? Is she going to let him go to the VIP party? No. I heard him talking outside, and Caroline's like, dude, do you have a collared shirt? Because he was a VIP. No one really talked to him the whole time. You never know who you're sitting next to. I didn't know who the guy was until a few weeks later in my mastermind. He was there. It was Matt Basak, one of the top multi-million-dollar internet marketer in the world. And guess what? He was there playing full out, taking copious notes, being committed, being in the moment. He could have been texting. He could have been on his computer working. He could have been responding to whatever multi-million-dollar internet gurus' emergencies are. I don't know, like my email's down or something. But he didn't. He was like full in it. So if the multi-million-dollar guys can do it, so be respectful, but check your ego at the door. I'm one of the best in the world at what I do, but so what? There's a whole room full of those people in here. Isn't that true? Who here is the best at what they do? Woo! Okay. Be open. I wrote a blog on this a few weeks ago. What do you think the 2 most dangerous words are in an entrepreneur's vocabulary? I already know. What else? What? I think I know. What else? Yeah, but. Yeah, but. That means I heard you, but not really, and I have something else to say about that. Well, if you know everything already, then why are you sitting here? I'm here to learn, too. I get to be on stage for a little while. Did y'all see my awesome shoes that I bought? I'm like, there's no place like the stage, right? I found these shoes. I'm like, that's not going to look good naked. I better find a dress that's going to go with it. I love these shoes. They're not comfortable at all. They're not. Neither are the Spanx. But I get to be here. But I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn from the best. And my opportunity to be on stage gives me backstage opportunities to be around the world's best sales and marketing gurus. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn as well. So be open to everything you hear because somebody may be doing it one little slight difference than what you're doing. And take notes, lots of notes. But the most important thing is what? Have fun. And I truly mean that. We're going to have a lot of fun. So remember, when we come back from break, come back, okay? Come back because we're going to get started right away. We're going to be giving away prizes. We're going to be doing pictures right after lunch. So remember, lipstick, gloss, whatever you need. Guys, hair, whatever. I don't know what y'all do. So imagine this. At the end of the 3 days, imagine if you could have the life that you've been dreaming of, that you had a life that you could speak on stages all over the country. Imagine if you had that life that all your friends were speakers, and anything you did was a write-off, right? Because you were having so much fun. That you could travel the world. Everybody thinks I'm on vacation all the time. It's not true. I just work in really cool places. Like here we are on the boat, scuba diving. But what's even more cool is my son, at 16, I took him to an event just like this. Well, not quite just like this. And he got inspired. Over the next 18 months, after failing and getting arrested, decided to write a book, and then another one, and another one. 3 published books later, 1,000 copies sold, and a TV show got him into college. He's in the entrepreneurship program. They wouldn't, thank you. Thank you. He still hasn't passed the SATs, but that's okay, because he knows in the real world, you just get an editor, right? Okay. Hey, I hear the guys say all the time, money buys speed, right? Money buys speed. His book was published in 2.5 months. He was like, he knows more important people than I do. So imagine if you could have the life that you dreamt of, but to be able to do it with who you want, where you want, and how you want to do it. And you get to help people. You get to help people every day. All the people that you love to be with, and not the ones that are standing there with the empty wallets going, with the doe eyes. 1 year ago today, when I sat in this audience in fear, not even having $500 in my bank account, whined and cried to Caroline about help, maybe split payments to do VIP, which she didn't let me. That's how much money we've made since I came to speak in Empires, $290,000. Thank you. Thank you. That's tiny compared to some of the stories you're going to hear over the next 3 days. There's one guy that was on stage yesterday. He made $15 million since he's been with a speaking empire. I hope to be that person one day. But for me, being a single mom with a kid in college, not knowing if he was going to get accepted at all, and then he gets accepted, and USF called, and they want a check, that's huge for us. And also, since I've been with Speaking Empire, we've held our 3-day event, sold 6 figures that weekend, and I get to be on stage with my son, who is one of the men of my dreams. So thank you so much for all of that. I'm so honored to be here to serve you this weekend. So if you need anything at all, I want you to ask me or ask any of those amazing team members in the back there. They're all here to serve you. So do you guys remember this movie? Yes? Is he still that hot? I don't think so, right? He's trapped in this cult and they won't let him out or something because he's an alien or he's born from an egg. I'm not sure what happened. But so I want you guys to help me out here, okay? So help me. Can we do a little louder than that? Help me. One more time. Help me. Very good. So I've had a lot of coaches in my life. I've spent a lot of money and I came here broke a year ago, with nothing to my name and a lot of debt. And I had a lot of people in my life telling me what I wanted to hear. A true mentor does not tell you what you want to hear, especially when they want to sell you something. A true mentor tells you what you need to hear. They tell you what you need to know, what you need to hear to be successful. So, from the bottom of my heart, and with the biggest honor that I could ever have, I want you guys to stand on your feet for the amazing Dustin Matthews and Dave Van Hoos. Woo! So a couple things before we get started again. Where's the hamster wheel? Who wants to get off that hamster wheel in their business? Can someone bring up the hamster wheel? So for those people who came back from break on time, where's my gorgeous son? Can he bring it? No? He's busy. They're working him. He needs to work. Gorgeous Austin's going to bring it up. So we're going to draw really quick for a prize. Let's see what we've got up here. Oh, perfect for today. A selfie stick. You know why? Because today's the selfie contest. So write this down, really important. Hashtag Speaking Empire, and that's for Facebook. What's that? Huh? You can do it next time. Thank you. Everybody give him a big hand. Thank you, Austin. So hashtag Speaking Empire. To win the contest, every day we're going to be giving out a prize for social media. And this is what we want to do. Go onto Twitter. And it's the @ social, Speaking Empire. So go and follow Speaking Empire. Go and like the Speaking Empire page. And then when you post the best selfie with the selfie stick, or someone else's, or your short hand, who here's over 40 and your hand is way too short, right? And can't read anything? It's really bad when you're on a date and someone goes, "Here, honey, let me hold the dessert menu out for you," right? So you want to post a selfie. Take selfies with each other, with friends. Show how much fun you're having. So that way when you go back and you just type in hashtag Speaking Empire, you can pull up all the pictures and you have all these great memories of the time that you're having over the last 3 days. Who wants to be able to go back and look at the great memories you're having? And also remember that person that you lost their card or is still under your car seat or on your dining room table somewhere 3 weeks from now. You can find them on social media. Okay? So let's draw this. Drum roll, please. Thank you. Why is this the only table that's doing anything? You guys should just get the selfie stick to share. Woohoo. Helene Halton? Helen Halton from Chambly, Georgia. It is the table, you see? Woohoo! Congratulations. So you traveled the furthest, maybe?
Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Real fun.
So I want to see some great selfies, okay? Thank you so much. Everybody give her a hand. Okay. So when I got off stage, I'm that person, and you guys may have a child like this, or you may be that person. I've known the principal since kindergarten by Mr. and his name because of my impulsivity and just what I say. And then when you laugh at my jokes, I get more inspired and I want to tell more. So someone addressed with me outside that some of the things that I said may have been directed at a particular religion, and that was certainly not my intention, and I would never do anything to hurt anyone's feelings like that in any way, shape, or form. So please forgive me for that, and I just want you to know that I'm truly here to serve and to have fun. So who wants to have fun with me? We're going to have fun together, so I hope that you will forgive me for that if that did affect anybody. Because those people who know me know that I would never do that. And we have a couple. What? What? Oh, you love me. See, now I'm going to have to tell more jokes. No, I'll do anything for love, right? Who here will do anything for love? But used to be in the wrong places, right? All the wrong places. Okay, so today is the best selfie award for social media. And tomorrow is going to be, I'm not going to tell you. You just have to come back, right? But today's the best selfie. So those of you who are kind of looking at me like, I don't know how to do this, look at the person next to you, and if they're under 40, they will know. So just ask them, and they will show you. And if that doesn't work, where's our social media director back there? She will teach you, right? You can have a little social media class on how to do that. Because if you want to be a speaker, at one of my events, I was giving away tickets to one of my events that I was emceeing. I emcee a lot of events, actually. And she came up and she's like, I really want to be a speaker, but I don't know how to do the text thing. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She goes, you know, the thing that you said we had to do, the hashtag thing. And I said, if you want to be a speaker, you need to learn how to do that. So it doesn't matter if we're 85 or 8, you need to know how to do this if you want to be a speaker, because when you're speaking on other people's stages, you want to have that etiquette to promote them, to hold them up in the highest place. Another thing, too, when you come to someone else's event, you're not there to do business. You're not there to get business, I'm sorry. You're not there to get clients. You're there to do business and build relationships. So if anyone, which I know there's no one here like that, I did a blog called The 10 Bad Networkers, and I'll tell some of these over the next 3 days, but one of them I called the blackjack dealer. You know who they are, right? And another one I call a lot. They do a little of this and a little of that. How many of those have you met today? They go, I do a little of this and a little of that. So a blackjack dealer. So be here to build relationships, because that's what you're going to find with everyone else. And I think that I've gotten all of the notes. For that, to address everything. So we have something exciting coming up. This man is a magician. There's a lot of marketers in here. There's a lot of people in here who are really awesome at what they do. But when I met Dustin, I knew he was a genius because some of the stuff he was doing. I was actually one of the people who got selected for the hot seat last year. But when I did my power day with him and I sat down, and he took things that I didn't even know I had, but I did. So how many of us think we have no products, we have no services, I don't know what I can do, how can I create this, how can I do that? He knows how to make things out of thin air, and it's really truly things you already have. 4 days later, after him creating my irresistible offer, I did my first one-day event, closed 60% of the room with that offer. So, thank you. No, thank you. I want this hand to be for Dustin. Well, and Dave told me how to close the room. You have to have both. But Dustin, the offer that he created was amazing. I wanted to buy it. I was like, oh, wait, it's mine. So he's a genius, and that's what you will find. And he's going to come out and give us a taste of his magic. So if you would please, on your feet for the amazing Dustin Matthews. Woo!
Let's give Leonard a round of applause. Best beard in the room. And so now I want to give you, before we go to lunch here, I want to give you the opportunity for those of you that are not VIP to take an advantage of an irresistible offer that I've created for you. In fact, 80% of the attendees, from what I understand from the numbers, are already VIP. So is that an irresistible offer? All right, so for those of you that are not VIPs, I have to just let you know you're making a big mistake. And the reason why you're making this mistake is you're going to get the recordings of what I just did here and the whole event. So I know you're feverishly taking notes, trying to capture everything. Make your life easy so that you can revisit. You'll have the recordings. In addition, we're going to interview you, as you've seen out front. So for all the VIPs, we're going to interview you and put you on our YouTube channel and promote you back to the Speaking Empire list, because we've built this platform and we want to be able to empower you. In addition, all the VIPs tonight will have a picture with Kevin Harrington. So you'll be able to put that in your presentations. You'll be able to put it into your marketing to show that you're a magnet of influence, right? You'll be able to put that as well. And finally, you also get Good as Gold. And I personally write this, right? And so in Good as Gold, our marketing swipe file, some of the things I demonstrated on stage, I put into print for you to make your life easier. And so what I want you to do, if you're not a VIP, make sure to take care of that on this break, because once we go to dinner later tonight, then the VIP offer is off the table. And so I know many of you are already VIPs. Smart move. Congratulations. And if you aren't, just make sure to go ahead and take care of that now. And so for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to lunch. We're going to have about a 90-minute lunch, and I'm not quite sure of the time. So in 90 minutes from now, you will come back and we'll do success panel. Oh, let's bring Shelley back up to the stage. There you are.
All right.
Beautiful.
I got that covered. Everybody,
Beautiful.
Please give Dustin a huge round of applause. The magician.
Thank you, Shelley.
Is he a magician or what? Please, on your feet. Did you like that? That made a difference in my life. Woohoo!
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
He is amazing. He's one of the people on the team that can take my call when I'm crying. You know how that happens on Mondays? So he's a genius, and he can do that with anything, anywhere, anytime, any place, any product, any business. He's just got that brain for it. So the couple things I wanted to go over is who has had an incredible morning so far? Those of you just got here today, have you learned anything yet? Yeah? Any ahas? Wow moments? Yes, over here. So I just pulled 2 randomly out of the bucket. Over here on the left is a wow bucket. If you will take these wow cards and put your aha moments in there. Put that in there and we'll read them throughout. The handsome Adam back there is holding it up. And then the beautiful Caroline's going to hold up a hamster wheel. That's for the drawing when we come back from each break and also lunch. Take the yellow slip, put yours in there, and right on time, because we want to get back in on time, then we're going to give away one of these awesome prizes. There's thousands of dollars worth of prizes up here that the Speaking Empire team has put together, so because we want to get everybody back in on time, because they have so much content to give, and we want to make sure everyone's here. So I'm going to read a couple of these wow moments, the ones I picked were kind of cool because I know them, but Christopher Music wrote, "There are rock stars at each Speaking Empire event." Who would agree with that? Right? Yeah, rock stars. Awesome. Thank you for that. And then the amazing Dr. Gail Carson. She says one of her wow moments is to do a co-event and be that was a one for me. I've never heard that today. Be the first speaker on a telesummit. Now I'll have to knock somebody over, right? I love that. I love that. Be the first speaker on a telesummit and then direct mail postcards to someone else's list. And this was from yesterday. So those of you who weren't here yesterday, we had an awesome day of content with Dave, Dustin, and also Dutch as well. So, reminder about the little yellow slip. Social media, again, hashtag Speaking Empire. Make sure that you like the Speaking Empire page, follow the Twitter page, and post those selfies. Today is the selfie prize. Tomorrow's going to be a different prize. So, selfie, best selfie. They're already doing it over here with a selfie stick. She has a selfie stick in the front, guys. So, yeah, she's been using it all day. So Gary Kissel's going to be in every single photo, right? And then, oh, this is really cool. So one of the things I know about all of the other students that have been involved with the Speaking Empire is they all come from a place of service. Everyone that I've met since I've been involved in the program, all the people who've done Power Days, and even those who are in the mastermind with me, they just come from a place of service. We have some people who have flown down on their own dime just to be on the success panel this afternoon to share what they're doing and what's working for them. So would you like to learn what's working out there in the real world? Yeah, so they're going to be here this afternoon sharing that with you as well. And then the amazing Dutch back there. He looks so tough. He's starting to smile. We taught him how. But he's really tough. And you know what? That's probably why he makes so much money. But He's going to be doing a coach's session this afternoon, and a couple of the things I said, what are some of the things you're going to talk about? He's going to show you how to create high-end packages and products. Who wants to learn how to do high-end packages and products? And also, oh, this is a good one. Maximizing storytelling. Who has a tough time? I have no problems telling stories, but he has a leash on me. So who wants to learn how to maximize their storytelling when they're speaking? And one of the other things is he's going to work on this afternoon. He's going to work with everybody intimately here in the room on how to create that next step and raise your business up to a 7- and 8-figure business model. Who wants to know that? Yes? Can I get a yes? Yes? Just half the room? Yes? 7 figures? Really? Okay, and then the last 2 things. Group picture. Don't forget, we're going to be here right at 2:30, so mark your calendars. 2:30, we're going to do a group picture and video. You don't want to miss it, because that video goes in all their marketing material for the future events. You want to be in it. If you look at some of the old ones, the crazy person was me and Dr. Gail and some other ones. We're like, woo! It's a lot of fun. We have a good time with that. So be back here right at 2:30. We're also going to give a prize. And then those of you who did sign up, who are fortunate enough to get in for the coach's lunch, you want to quickly stand up, go out, and follow the footsteps on the floor, right?
I do have
one more thing.
One more thing, because I love the stage so much. For those of you that are VIP, we have your Good as Gold packages. So for those of you that are VIP, these are ready for you at the back table.
They're priceless.
Just go ahead and just show your tag, get that. If you'd like to become a VIP, you can also go to the back table in order to get the Good as Gold packages.
Awesome. And those of you meeting with the coaches, quickly, please go and follow the footsteps to the room so they can get the lunch started. Yes, ma'am?
We have 2 different times back for lunch.
2:30. We're, it's what? That Dutch, so they want, 2:30 is what's on the schedule. Let me see if there's anything different. Debbie, do you want 90 minutes or 2:30? 90 minutes? So 3 o'clock. Thank you for asking that question. We'll see you guys back at 3 o'clock. Thanks. Who's going to the VIP party tonight? Woo! That is so exciting. So for those, shh, 1, 2, 3, look at me. Thank you. And if someone's talking next to you, just smile. Look at them and smile. Awesome. Thank you. They used this on me in kindergarten. Okay. So tonight's the VIP party. What I have to tell you about the Speaking Empire is almost every JV partnership that I created since I've been with them was at the VIP party. And it's all the people that you're meeting throughout the day. But the VIP party tonight is when you're going to have time to relax and be able to kind of get to know each other and start brainstorming, rather than Shelley getting you in here to do a picture and then come back from break and all that. So you're going to really enjoy tonight, and we'll give you some more information about that as well. Don't forget, on the next break, we're going to draw for that. Best selfie, I've only seen like 3 selfies out there so far. So you have a really high chance of winning, right? Who wants to win? Who wants to win a prize? We've got a boatload of stuff up here. Okay, so now I want to bring up this amazing man who, the first time I met him, he didn't smile, and I thought he was like a wall, you know. And I tried to hug him, and he was still like that. And then I met him again, and I realized he was one of the most brilliant men that I've known, most heart-centered men that I knew. It's another South Florida troublemaker. Trouble corners. He's a brilliant man, but he's also a brilliant businessman. He's built over an 8-figure business of his own. He's helped others build 7- and 8-figure businesses himself, and he has been in partnership with the Speaking Empire for many years. He'll tell you more about that, but I want you to please, on your feet, and welcome the amazing Dutch Mendenhall. Woo! Do you want to help me give away the selfie prize?
Yes.
The best selfie?
Yes. How
we have a really cool best selfie, and you know what? You'll remember this, but she worked it. Look, did she not work it to win the selfie prize? So Jane, can you come on up here so Dave Van Hoos can give you the selfie prize?
All right, let's give her a hand.
Best selfie award.
All right.
And then someone can get a picture?
Let's get it. All right.
Woohoo.
Third gift.
Awesome.
Worked it.
Yes, here you go. Beautiful. All right, let's give her a hand.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
So, you're going to take over?
Yeah,
from here?
yeah.
All
We
right.
have 2 minutes. If you guys could just give me 1 second. So I have a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. We are going to be giving away the big box in the morning at 8 a.m. I need to tell myself that too, right? Because that's a little bit different than it was this morning. And interviews. Raise your hand if you're a VIP, please. Make sure you get your interview scheduled when you walk out this door, because she only has room for a certain amount. And all this afternoon, she didn't have any to do because we didn't get them scheduled. So go ahead and schedule your interviews so that you can also talk about your business. And those things are played all over the Speaking Empire YouTube channel, and they're also used in the multimedia that they do. So that's one of the awesome benefits of being a VIP. And then I have a testimonial here that we got that someone handed to Dustin this morning. If you guys could wait just 1 second, please, 1 second. One of the things they said, someone here from Chicago said within 24 hours of coming the first day of the event, they said, I just got an offer to invest $15,000 to $20,000 to my business after yesterday's event. I need help? Work? I need something, but he was all excited with a happy face and exclamation marks. Within the first day yesterday, he had somebody offer $15,000 to $20,000 to help him with his business. Isn't that awesome? Give him a big hand. And this is really cool. Who's never been to the Speaking Empire event before? So Leonard, who claims he's not a speaker, he's really he's very introverted, but he's brilliant. He has a way to put things together. He's going to be talking tomorrow about the silent seduction and visual empathy, all of the PowerPoints. So the speakers that are certified with Speaking Empire, he puts our PowerPoints together. So going forward, whenever you're having to create presentations, you have that shell and that template that he's already put together. Plus, I do know he's also available, too, as part of the Speak in Empire family to work on that for you. Then you're going to be blown away by what you see. I do this in my workshops, and my boyfriend comes to take a picture of me when I do it. He thinks it's sexy. So you're going to watch this. Dave is going to go through how to do a seminar within the seminar, and you're going to see an amazing feat of what happens if you've never seen it before. And you'll learn how to do that, too, when they train you how. And then we're going to have some SED talks, which is Speaking Empire Dynasty talks. And those are a couple of our Speaking Empire students are going to be doing the quick, like TED type style talks. They're going to be great. And some more leadership awards. So those of you who think that you didn't get an award today, you know, it's day 2 and you still might get some. And then the Beyond Success session. So we're going to have somebody come up for Beyond Success session. And then the last interview, and I'm not going to really tell you all a lot about that. You're going to have to be here tomorrow to find out. And the undeniable science of success. This is really cool. Some of the things that you learn about the presentation on the PowerPoints and the different photography that's used and how it creates what happens in the mind. I'm not going to go into any more of that, but this is going to be huge on how you can change what you're doing already to completely create a different emotion and a different reaction to your presentations without even saying a word. Who would like to do that? Yeah. And then this is new. We didn't have this the last few times. The Empire Office Party. Not only are we having the VIP party tonight, but tomorrow night we're having the Empire Office Party at their office. If you've never been to their office, it's a really cool place, but that's by invitation only. And don't forget, and it's the last thing, and I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you, whoever's going to be at the VIP party, I'll see you guys there. If it's not okay with you, I'm going to put my flats on, because there's no place except the stage right now, right? So, big box tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Have a good night, and thank you so much for honoring us for being here. And I want to celebrate you for being here for all day and learning and taking things in. Who learned a lot today? Yes? Have a great night. Woo! See you in the morning.
Who slept well? Who tossed and turned all night with everything you consumed yesterday? I know I did. So who had some great aha moments yesterday? Yes? You know, I've got a couple that I picked out of the box that I want to read to you. Who didn't learn anything at all? Because you weren't here, right? Whose first day is today? Who's just getting here today? All right. We're going to have everyone go ahead and sit down, and let's stop talking. If the person next to you is talking, just smile at them. They told me to call you out by name, but you know who you are already. Wonderful. We have a full day. Now, if you guys don't already know this, Dave and Dustin, especially Dave, who's been studying for years, accelerated learning. So he crams in months, maybe even years of learning into 3 days. So we're really tight on our schedule, and I want to make sure that we come back as soon as we can from breaks and also when we're getting started in the morning. So it's really important that you guys help me with that. So help me, help you. Very good. Let's see. I want to read a couple of these wow moments that we had yesterday. And today, I want you to know that our contest today is going to be the wow moment contest. So see these little cards in the back over there to the left where Adam is? Adam, raise your hand. See, there's a little bucket right there, and there's these wow moment cards. I want you to write down your biggest aha and put it in there, and we're going to draw this for a prize at the end of the day. So, wow moment, Anna Conlon, the irresistible offer. Who had an amazing aha when Dustin was doing his irresistible offer? I told him this morning we need to get him a tie that has a magician with a rabbit and a top hat and a magic wand because he is the marketing magician. Also, we had another aha moment that says, having live testimonials at your event. Who's had their own event already? You know, one of the things that I found as well that they taught me going through a power day and also being part of the mastermind was to have your clients introduce you when you're on stage. That has been one of the most powerful techniques that I've learned from them. So those are live testimonials from people who love you already. And then the third wow moment is do it for the elite clients, which was Joe. Joe said that. So I wanted to go over really quick. a couple of speaking etiquettes that I learned, some the hard way and some the easy way because someone told me. But when you're at an event, especially this one, as a speaker, when you're up on stage, you want to be able to speak and for people to hear you. So as a speaker in the audience, when a speaker's on stage, we shouldn't have side chatter and talking. If you have a really important conversation, please go outside to do that because it distracts other people who are trying to learn. Second, you want to be really present in the moment. So if you're texting or you're doing that work that we feel like we haven't caught up on yet, do it outside, but here, be in the moment, because this is some of the best, most amazing training. Is this not the best, most amazing training in the world? I promised you guys that, right? I agree. Absolutely. So, and then even more importantly, the most important thing is to have fun. Who wants to have some fun? Yes? So we have a big box to give away this morning for everybody who is on time. So can I have the two really strong, handsome guys in the back? One's my son, of course. We have a lot of them, actually, in the back. But those two over there on the right, one bring the hamster wheel, and one bring the big box. The hamster wheel is for you to put the little yellow ticket in there, and every time we come back from break, we're going to draw a winner for coming back on time. So we're rewarding you for being here on time so we can get started. Today is going to be an amazing day. This is the day that Dave is going to show us how to do a seminar inside of a seminar. If you have never seen this, you do not know what you have been missing. Look, are these not the two most handsome guys here? Look at them. I'm a little biased, right? Okay, so let me draw this. Who wants to win? So set your intention. Let's see who wants to win. Who deserves... I don't know. What is this?
It's a new car.
It's a new car? They're really getting compact now, aren't they? If it was a new car, I don't think you'd bring it up here, would you? Ooh. I can't see. Hold on. I'm over 40. Let me get my glasses. No. All the way from Texas, Anthony Abron. Woo! Is he here? Woo! Awesome. It pays to show up on time, doesn't it? Congratulations. Can we get a picture of you?
Absolutely. Oops, I'm knocking
Oh, there goes the hamster wheel. You knocked it over with your Texas presence.
Yes.
Look at that. Right there. Awesome. How are you? You're from. You can't take that on a plane.
You know,
Who thinks he should give this to someone else that lives local? You think I'm funny, right? Congratulations.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for being. Oh, he has a Texas wooden tie. Look at that.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, good job. Thank you for being here. Okay, well, let's get started. We've got a lot to cover today. You don't want to miss a second of today. I even called Anthony, my massage therapist, and woke him up and said, you better get your butt over here because you cannot miss this. A year ago when I sat in this audience, this was the day that changed my life. And you're going to be so impressed by what you see today, and you're going to take home so many ahas. So can we have the video, please? Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Do we have any more to go in the hamster wheel? Any more names? Anybody want to put an entry in the hamster wheel? So it looks about 6 people are going to win today. Oh, we're going to pick it right now, baby, right now. We're going to pick it right now. For all the people who are here on time, this one's for you. Speaking Empire team, can you guys help me get everybody back in the room, please? Okay. Where's my team members? Where's my only team member in here is Dustin? Dustin, did they forget you? Where's my son? Oh. Okay, let's see. I already got it. I'm good, thank you. Well, they're not from a state that I can't pronounce. They are from Florida, and their first name starts with a D. Dean Demos. Woo, he's here. Pays to show up. Great job. Okay, let's see what we got for you here. You know what? We got something good here. Okay, we have a
I read it earlier. It's a blank gift.
It's a magic
Oh, no, it's on the
box.
box. Look on the bottom.
There's a miniature Dustin inside.
Oh, give it to me. I'll fight you for that. Okay. Now, actually, it's a Speaking Empire mug, and it's really hot. You're going to like it. Every morning, you're going to do that, and then you're just going to start speaking out loud and start converting everyone in your household. I'm not sure, but that would be a really cool thing, right? Yeah. You guys give him a hand for being here on time and showing up for himself. Great job. Thank you so much. Okay. So what were some ahas that we had today? Ahas? Anybody? Raise your hand. Please stand up. Caleb, do you have a, can you get a mic to her really quick? Ahas? And today is going to be Wow Day. We're going to pick the wow moment at the end of the day for the prize. Where's the wow? The wows will be there on the back. So what was your biggest aha today? Tell everybody who you are.
I'm Jennifer Champ, and I have way too much content in my presentations. And that was my big aha.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's a good aha to have.
Yeah, huge.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anyone else? One more aha here. Right up here front. It's Jocelyn.
My biggest aha was the fact that I don't have to be the one that does all the fulfillment, and that I can partner to do all the fulfillment of my presentation.
Very good.
Yes.
Yay.
So that was huge.
Very good. Very good. Anybody else? One more aha? Over here. The fastest reader in the entire world.
Where is he?
And I'm not joking. He won the Guinness Book of World Records. I'm like, can you please meet my son? He's still working on his 5th grade book.
Okay. I am trained in NLP, so I'm familiar with it. And Dave just did a phenomenal job.
Stand up. Stand up. You're a speaker.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm trained in NLP, and I was really impressed with Dave's application in the speaker field and some of the techniques he's developed from.
What's your aha for you? What does that do for you?
I rewrote my presentation while he was talking in my head, as I could see.
He read it all, like, in
Actually,
2
can I say
seconds.
one thing might help? There's actually 3 things you can learn in an event like this. You get the content, which is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. There's 2 more things you're missing. What is he doing to make it phenomenal, which he talked about? And the 3rd thing, most important in many cases, is how will you use it? So when you're taking notes, you should have 3 sets of notes. What are you learning? What did they do to make it interesting that you could use in your presentations? And thirdly, how will you use it when you go home? And then every day, take 2 or 3 of your things you want to do and implement them. And
Is that
that's
what
when
you're
you
doing?
really learn it, when you
Is that-
actually implement it and don't think about it. So if you're not writing down how you're going to use it, and you're not writing down why it was interesting, you're losing 2/3 of your content.
All right. And what are you doing with it? Tell us for you, what's it doing for you?
I'm a pretty good closer. I was about 50%. I'm looking to go up to 80 or 90 now.
Perfect. I like that. Very good. One more aha or something really good that you got for you that you're going to implement and move forward. Anybody else? Over here, Caleb, this gentleman here.
Hi, good afternoon. Troy Holder from Barbados. Yeah. Yes. What really made me go aha is to having recognized that if with the NEP format that I've been using many of these things and didn't understand how they worked or why they worked or what the names were. So I am now truly enlightened to be able to go back and systemize the way that I actually close. I really appreciate that.
Very good. And what is that going to do for you? Going forward.
What it's going to do for me is that's going to be able to afford me to be back here next year and then to have the power day and to be able to afford the other packages, as also as bring my wife and a colleague with me next year.
Very good. Very good. One more? Anybody else? Something you're going to use going forward? No more ahas, really. Nancy.
Thank you, Caleb. I loved at the end when he said to get them to agree 3 times to the retail value before you discount it.
Oh, yeah.
That was big.
Love it. Love it. Very good. I know what you're going to do with it. It's like asking everyone, what are you going to do with it? We know what you're going to do with it. You can go sell some stuff, right? Okay, so where is everybody? That's really, they're still having lunch. Did they get tied up? Caleb, can you do me a favor and grab the schedule that's in the blue notebook right there on that back table, back chair next to the most gorgeous, amazing, brilliantly talented AV Mira Beck. Everybody give him a big hand, Mira and his team. He's been awesome. I've never seen AV go so flawlessly in my life until working with Mira. And I asked him for a proposal, and then I understood why. No, he's really awesome. He's amazing. Nothing goes wrong back there. It's perfect. There should be a schedule right there in the blue folder. So I was wondering where everybody is. We did not give the award away on Thursday for who traveled the furthest. Did we have somebody that was here from another country? Are they in the room? What country? Kenya? Oh, if you could have told me anywhere else, I don't know how far Kenya is, so. What? See, I don't know which one's further. Kenya. So come on up. We got an award for you for the furthest traveled. She's winning everything. Look at that. Furthest traveled award by the Speaking Empire. Here you go, Jane. Congratulations. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. We're actually three of us all that came from, two of us from Kenya. My best friend's also Kenyan, but she lives in South Africa, so we're all here.
Awesome. So you can let them touch it. Okay. They're going to get, are you going to let them use it, share it, or are you just going to let them touch it? Which one? Just touch, right? You saw her working that selfie award yesterday, right? She's all like standing in front of the whole group going, and they had the whole group behind her, so she won that. Let's see, what else do we have today? So we've got two amazing TED Talks for you. And these two women that are coming out, I know personally very well. One of them I know because she's in my mastermind, and I've spent a little bit of time with her. And another one I know very well. I've actually slept with her on occasion. It was good. And it was. I invited her because of our affiliation in the mastermind. I invited her to come to one of my events. She came to the panel. She stayed at my house. And then she stayed at the, we rented the big presidential suite because we had the cocktail party in there. And I let her sleep in there. She is a spiritual leader, so I needed all of that I could have at my event. So I let her sleep with me. Or she let me sleep with her, mind you. And I remember that morning when I was like, right before the event. Whoever's had their own events knows like it can be really hectic, especially when you're just starting out on your own. It's much different when you speak at one person's event than versus when it's your bill and your event and everything. You're responsible for everything. But my boyfriend came and it was like 6 a.m. and he's like, "You're gonna run late." No, I'm not. I was like typing up stuff and he goes, "Who's that woman in the kitchen?" And she's praying at the table. I'm like, "Leave her alone. She's doing something." So, but she's gonna be coming out. Laurel Geis is amazing with spiritual leadership. She's gonna be coming out and doing a TED Talk. And she's got, is it 5 books now or 4? You're on the 5th one already. And I met her at the VIP cocktail party last year. And she knew things about me there was no way for her to know. So she's just so amazing. And some of the things that she's getting ready to do out in the corporate world is going to change the face of the way that the corporations are operating with their leaders and their team. And then Dr. Karen Perkins, also many of you have gotten to know her. She's been doing the interviews out there. And her mission is to change relationships with people. And she's going to tell you more about what she does. But both of them just exude positive energy. They're radiant and they truly want and are already making a difference in the world, especially since they did their Power Day and they're out there speaking and converting and selling their wares instead of giving it away now, right? Because it's usually what we do when we have those light gifts that we want to give to other people. So those of you who are VIPs here? Who has not had the VIP interview yet? Raise your hand. Okay, only 1, 2 people, 3, 4. So if you guys could please make sure you get signed up out there because what's going to happen on the last day, there's not going to be any more room. because we have a lot of people who haven't done them yet. So make sure you get signed up and do your VIP interview, and you'll be able to do something for your business that you can use. And also, it goes through all of the media that Speaking Empire uses to promote the events. You get on the YouTube channel, sometimes the website if you do a really good job. I don't know how they pick. I haven't done mine, actually. I'll be back. No, I'm just kidding. So I want to share something with you. This is the first time that they've been to the event? Wonderful. Who has never done a Power Day before or anything like that? So I want to tell, what? Oh, he was like wondering if he should raise his hand. Did he do one? We did. He took care of the children, so I could do it. He's your husband? Yes. And who's he, your boyfriend? No, yes. Huh? Yes. He's like, yes. I did not know that until now. This is why you weren't in the Power Day, just so you know. It's all good. She's going to make money. You'll be at home with the kids. It's like it's supposed to be, baby. You know? It's all good. So a year ago when I was sitting here, and you guys heard the story when I was telling about when I went to the event, and I had great packages. I put over 180 people through my 6-week program teaching people how to make more money. But then when I do a webinar, I would convert like 1 or 2 people. When I was speaking, I get 1 or 2 people. And now it's 20% on a webinar, 60% live. And just my very last, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited about that too, right? Because I get to help more people. I get to touch more people. And that's the whole thing. Also, too, a lot of people think that like my mission is to inspire teens. And I really believe that if you inspire a teen or your child to follow their passion, that you then contribute to helping inspire them to go and empower the world. So I'm not getting any younger, and I see that every morning when I'm getting dressed, and the Spanx is like, that was my exercise for the day, And we want our kids, how many people have kids here? Whether they're teens or not, those are the ones they're going to pick your, he very much reminds me, he's the one who's going to pick my nursing home, right? So they are, so you want to inspire them to go out and empower the world with their gifts. So the mere traits that got me in trouble in school, as seeing the principal in kindergarten, I had gifts, but at that age, they're kind of overtaken by your faults or by what's broken. We're told our whole lives. So when you think that you're broken, you don't focus on your gifts. You really spin your wheels all of the time trying to fix what you think is broken. And when I changed my approach with my son, who everyone told me that he was going to fail, which he was failing, that he was never going to mount anything, and he was never going to get past McDonald's, and he'd end up working at Exxon, and all these different things that people would say. I'm like, there's no way, because I saw this amazing person inside. And when I started focusing on his gifts and empowering him to follow his gifts is when they started blossoming. But funny thing is, it happened when I started doing that for me. Because I spent my whole life trying to fix what was broken. I was going from conference to conference, to event, to coach, all these different things trying to fix what I thought was broken. But then when I came to Speaking Empire, what Dave and Dustin did is help me bring out my gifts of what I'm good at. They said, this is what you're good at. We know we got you in trouble when you were little, but use it now for good things. So if you can do that, so maybe your gift is technology, but you're not great on stage, what they help you do is get good on stage so you can go do more technology. So follow what you're good at, not what's broken. So I sat here a year ago, just in pain. And that's Dave's job, turn up the pain. His job is to bring up what is wrong in our businesses, what's wrong in our lives, and he did. And I was sitting there. I had 5 clients here with me that day, and I was sitting right there this very same day on Saturday, and he's telling me all these things and the systems and the structures, and I'm just like, this is exactly what I need. I know this is what I need in my business, because I've had some of the best coaches around, but they didn't have the answers that I needed. And I had a client sitting next to me. She goes, if you sign up for this, I'm going to renew with you for a year because I know I'm going to get it too. And I'm like, shh, be quiet. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It was like I was paid for the hotel with 3 different credit cards. I didn't know how I was going to, when I first asked him to do the home study program 2 months before because I couldn't get here soon enough, I split that in 3 payments because I didn't know how to do it. My son came with me to that event. And I had 5 clients here. And when we were watching Dave and everything he was saying, and if you're that person, you know who you are, he was speaking right to you. And he was speaking to me, and I was just like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Like, I know that what he's saying is right, but I can't do this. I don't have the money. And then my son looks at me, and he says, Mom, you have to do this. And I said, okay, thanks, be quiet. He says, Mom, you've been playing small too long. It's time for you to spread your wings. He goes, you can be so much bigger and so much greater than you've been, and you've been playing small your whole life. He's like, I believe in you. I know you don't believe it, but I believe in you. And I said, that's great, Caleb, but I don't even have $500 for a deposit. What am I going to do? That's just great that you believe in me. Freaking perfect. And he said, I know that when I was little, you saved up X amount of dollars for college. I want you to use it to pay for this because I know you're going to make it back. The responsibility that comes with that is enormous. But I did it, and I did it with him right there. I did my power day, and I made $6,000 4 days later at my first event. One day with some people there, I sold 60% of the room. And after that, 30 to 45 days later, we sold over $100,000. And then after that, within a year, thank you. But I didn't have it, and I didn't believe it I can do it. And what I also, in this journey this last year, I've looked back, is that same bullshit excuse that I was telling myself that day, I told myself for 45 years, my whole life. I played small, so I would either not look bad or it was going to hurt too bad if I fell down or whatever it was. The only thing is I didn't have the voice of reason next to me. He got a leadership award, and it wasn't because of his work on the team. It's because he puts 2 in and he gets 4 back. Why? Because he believes that he can. I never believed that I could. And I know that, God puts us in each other's lives for a reason, everybody that's in our lives. But he does that for me, and I do that for him because I believe in him more than he believes in himself. But if this is something that you want to do, you have to believe that you can do it because you can. Because that voice of reason is there. And if you want Caleb to come sit next to you, I'll have him come sit next to you. He has a way of looking at things that's really fascinating. So he gets this leadership award yesterday, and I posted up on Facebook. The mayor of Boca liked it this morning, and he's already gotten an offer for a magazine interview today. Do you know why? Because I made the choice to not play small anymore. And that was so hard. And during that journey, it's like trying to make that money back. 'Cause, hey, USF called. They want to check. He's in school. Like, there's no, can you wait? I'm doing an event. They're not going to wait. And if you go into an event all about the money, you won't make any. I have to make it about serving people. But the good thing about it is I've put over 180 people into my programs since then, to the smaller programs. They're going out and they're touching people. They're growing successful businesses. My clients are doing this. One of my clients came to me in the back room about 2 hours ago and broke down crying and hugged me and said, "Thank you for making me come here. I know I give you problems." Like, you have no idea. But thank you for making me come here and impacting my life. So if I can use the speaking empire to touch the people who I love, I'm going to do that. So this is why I'm here. And that's it. So if you know you've been playing small, please go and talk to her. I have nothing to do with the sales table or anything. I just want you to know my story. And the reason why I'm here is because someone else believed in me before I did. And every day, especially when I got to put the Spanx on, I don't believe it. I really don't. Okay, so I am now ready to bring up, who's going to go first? Karen, okay. They're both awesome. So I want you guys to help me welcome my very good friend in the amazing spirit, the awesome, incredible Dr. Karen Perkins. Please, on your feet, and give her a hand. Woo! Thank you. Woo! Awesome. You rock. girlfriend. You look pretty sexy up there, too, by the way.
Thank you.
You want to sleep with Laurel?
I do. I
Where-
want to see.
Where is she? So, do you see how she can take that presentation and put it into a 15-minute talk? Okay, so the other day when I did my event, I had everything laid out, I had my offer laid out, and everything was going well. And then I realized that the people I had in the room were much better quality people than I had anticipated. It was what I was trying to go for, but they showed up. I had a lot of men. I had doctors in there. I mean, I had really high quality people. So I went upstairs at lunchtime, and I was like, these people don't need a 6-week webinar. They need to work with me. They need one-on-one. And then the 2 people I was talking with, they said, you need to do this offer. And so what is it that they need? I was able, because of what Dustin taught me how to do, how to create an offer with the different components and pieces in it, to change my offer 17 minutes before I went back up on stage. And I sold more than I could have possibly sold if I sold 60% of the room at the other offer. 17 minutes later, because what he's taught us. And the people that I wanted to work with, I'm going to be able to work with them even better. On top of that, the last day, I asked Caleb to speak, and he's like, he hemmed and hawed, I don't want to speak, I'm not feeling good, his ex-girlfriend didn't come, and whatever, his girl thing. And I said, son, just get up there and just, talk from your heart. Just share what you did this summer. He went away for a summer job this summer, and he made $20,000 in 60 days at 19 years old. Yeah, really, right? Stop asking me for a car, right? And I said, just share with them what you did, what were the strategies that you did. At lunchtime, and where's Anthony? Anthony was sitting next to him. He put his talk together based on the presentation that Dave and Dustin had already done with us in the past. He was able to put a talk together, a 19-year-old, and go out and speak to a room of people to talk to them about how he made $20,000 in 60 days. And he had people stand up and tell him what a great job he did. So this stuff that they teach you is stuff that you can, it's not just a one-time thing. You use it for your offer, but you continue to use it and use it and use it. So it works great, even something you can pass on to your kids as well. So who's ready for Laurel Geis? She is amazing. She has 5 published books with Hay House. She is a spiritual leader. She speaks throughout corporations. She has, I don't even have her bio. She has multiple degrees. She's worked in corporate in big, high-name companies, in high-level positions. She's going to tell her story when she comes up here. Woke up one day, said, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It changed her life and was doing all the right things, but wasn't making money. Then came here, and the rest is history, baby, right? So please welcome the amazing, amazing, amazing Laurel Geis, please, on your feet. Let's bring it back in. Let's bring it back in. Who's ready for some prizes? All right. We're getting started. All right, let me have the hamster wheel. The hamster cage. It's been a long day. Son, may I have the hamster wheel? Because I want to pick now, because I want the 2 people that are in their chairs to win. Bring it. Come on, bring it. Let's see who's in there. Look, now Billy's running. Because this table's been very lucky, even with Jocelyn's boyfriend. You are awesome. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Who is sitting in their seat? Who wants to win? Yes? Ron? You guys are still talking. It's the same ones every time. Chatty Cathy's. But you know what? We've got something really great coming up, and I want to make sure. You know what I did? Can I have somebody under 40 come up here and help me read this? Are you under 40, really? Can you read? Oh, look, the tall. Let's give him a hand who's the first one to sign up for his Power Day and change his life. Woo! Awesome. You have no idea what's getting ready to happen. Your world is going to rock. And I know you're excited, but you don't know what's going to happen because things just start falling out of the sky when you take that leap. I'm being serious. So I'm so proud of you. Can you read this and let the next winner know who just won a prize?
Yes, ma'am. It is Terry Christine.
Are you sitting in? All right. Is she? Yay! Woo! Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. We got.
We have the Dave Van Hoos Sell More book. Awesome. Thank you. Give her a hand. Woohoo. So I was watching to see who were the action takers. This time last year when I was sitting I was sitting in the back ledge. Like, I wanted to be the first one. I knew they were going to do some sort of bonus, and I wanted to make sure that I got it when I finally made the decision to do it. So when I went in the back room, Dave came and sat down with me, and I said, look, I'm a handful, and I know it, and I'm smart, and I know a lot of this stuff, but I need coaching. I need help. I need somebody who's going to be there for me through thick and thin. I don't just need a power day. Power day is going to be great, but I need somebody who can guide me through the process because I'm that kind of person. Every Monday I'm on a ledge, right? Ready to jump. I am. It's just, my dad used to joke and said, my son has done a really good job raising me. But I needed a coach. And when they told me how much it was, I was like, remember, I couldn't even afford the power day to begin with. So if I was already taking that leap of faith, hell, let's just go for the master's degree too we were going to give them. So it wasn't that much. But I was like, I really need a coach and I need that guidance. And they explained to me the mastermind. So and several of the women who are in my pond over on the other side of the state, I was a big fish in a little pond. And when you're a big fish in a little pond, it's nice, right? Because you have a lot of people who know you and that kind of stuff, but you don't grow. There's nowhere to go. So I needed to take that step of faith and step up and to learn from people who were already doing what I wanted to do. Not just at this level, but at that level. The coach that I had before was making $500,000 a year, but she had the same problems I did. When she left her business, when her dad died for 3 weeks, not a penny came into her business. And I realized very quickly, I didn't want to be that person. I was already working 18 hours a day. And I needed somebody who was going to guide me because they had the systems and the resources that I knew I could pick up the phone and call anytime, and that I could be part of a group that was going to have those resources. And they told me some of the people who were going to be in the mastermind. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's nice. So I get there. I sign up, first mastermind. And my son is actually a managing member. He's a member in my business. And so the way the business is set up, and you have to talk to your CPA about this, is we pay owners college, right? So every time I come to St. Pete before them, the plan was for it to be a write-off. And so my son was in the mastermind with me. And we get there, and Kevin Harrington's there hanging out with us, like for real. And it's not like you have 20 minutes with him to talk and eat and then move on and you're the next person or you have to be roped in. He's just hanging out with us. I'm like, well, this is cool. And I'm like, can we do a selfie? And then Ted Miller was there, who used to run Tony Robbins' coaching program, which is over 1,000 coaches. And I'm having dinner with him one night and in the mastermind, and he says, you know what I think I'm going to do? He goes, I'm going to set you up with a coach for about a month, and so they can help you create your systems, because I know you want to grow a coaching practice with more coaches, and we're going to teach you how we do it. That was free to me. He did it for me because I was in his mastermind. That was a $4,000 value that he just gave to me because he saw what I was capable of. So we have these high rollers that are in the mastermind, and you have people like me who are out there moving and shaking, but we're kind of struggling, but we're willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, it's not going to work. Dr. Gail, who's spoken 49 countries, I'm sitting next to her. Colin Sprake, who's the biggest seminar producer in Canada, is in the room, and he's talking to us and showing us, opened everything out to us on exactly how he does his seminars. Remember that, Dr. Gail? Step by step. What was the guy's name who does all of the seminars in Australia? These guys are sitting right next to us. So the last mastermind that I went to, we were supposed to stand up, we do a presentation, and we show everything to everyone. You're very transparent. We had Dave Seymour there from Flipping Boston, Matt Basak, who's top multi-million-dollar internet marketer, and Tom Collins. He's the coach you call once you hit 7 figures. I don't have his number. And he's just sitting next to me going, you should do this, and you should do that. And I'm like, writing this stuff down. So I get up, and they said, okay, what's your goal? And I said, I don't know, because I met my goal. When I was here at the beginning of the year, I said my purpose in life was to get my son into college and to build a business and to do my 3-day event and to have a 6-figure event and do this. I met it all, and now I'm here and I need a new plan. So they all just started bombing me with the multi-million-dollar guys. So I'm like, hold on, I'm writing it all down. And that was when I said, well, what if this? And they're like, who gives a crap? They're not buying from you anyway. You're right, you're right. And then the guy sitting next to me runs a digital marketing company. He goes, tomorrow when we're at the pool, I'll set up the whole thing in your Infusionsoft. That would have cost me $4,000. Now, I'm not saying that this is what we do for each other, but because we were all friends and hanging out and supporting each other, they're there for each other. And I've gotten so much value, everything for the price I paid for the mastermind alone, that day, one day alone. The education that my son's got, be with me. And he's a businessman, right? He's always thinking ahead. So the mastermind has been huge for me. And now I'm a bigger fish. It's still a big pond over here. But I'm grown, and I've grown in ways that I didn't know were possible. Because the stuff that they're showing you is not what's taught in webinars, because those webinars are people who haven't done it yet. And the stuff that they're teaching is not in schools. I've got multiple business degrees. They didn't teach us that. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what we get in the mastermind. It's amazing. And the friendships, almost all of my JVs and the people who have been speaking at my events have come from the mastermind or the VIP nights here. So we have something really cool coming up next. These two guys have just changed my life, as you can tell. I'm up here. I'm like, when I was a little girl, and I was, when you were a little girl and you're laying in the grass, wondering what you would be when you grew up, I wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And I realized really quickly that didn't fit in the shorts. So now I'm just a speaker with a blue dress, and I'm their cheerleader. If I was that, I'd have on a push-up bra and pom-poms, but I don't have the pom-poms. And, and I just want to say, I totally love these guys. They're so generous. They give to every one of their clients. The mastermind is one big family. The last day is the fun day, and we hang out at the pool. We went to a spa day once. One day we were doing those really fast go-karts. I didn't play. They, like Ted and Dave were acting like crazy 8-year-olds. So I'm like, I'll just watch them. That was like running into people. But these two guys are so amazing, and they're family men. They love their kids. They're all about family. They understand the importance of what my number one is, which was my son, and they got that. And they helped me incorporate that into my life. So if you guys could please, we're going to bring them up one more time for today, and they've got some awesome stuff for us. But could you guys please, everyone on your feet for these two amazing men, Dave Van Hoos and Dustin Matthews. Woo!
Yeah. I'm going to come this way.
All right.
Oh, there's two. What am I going to do? You're coming. You're going to beat them?
All right.
I get 2 hugs.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
So I'd love to get a mic. Can I get a mic runner, please? And let's hear some ahas. I want to hear some wow moments and some ahas. And I also want to draw the prize for the best wow moment, or the wow moment from yesterday. So if I could get a mic runner, and here's some ahas from the last couple of days. Your biggest wow moment. And if someone can bring up the wow moment cards, that would be awesome also. Thank you, Manuel. Everybody give Manuel an awesome hand. Thank you so much. Woohoo! All right, let me have some wow moments over here. How about this table? How about this table over here? Anybody? I don't see any hands. No one learned anything at all? That's terrible. Oh, nothing. Even those that you were dancing? No? You got a little wow moment over here? Yes? No? Right here. Awesome. Stand up, please. Mike? I broke a sweat, guys. This is awesome. I haven't done that in like months.
There we go. Okay, so yesterday I was listening to some of the word patterning. From Dave, and some of them struck me as really brilliant. Like, when you look back 3 years from today, you'll know that was the right choice.
Yes. Very good. What's the next aha moment we had in the last couple of days? What's your biggest wow that you're like excited about? Anyone over here? Please share.
Okay, right here, same table. This is a very inspired table. Well, that's because we have Anastasia and Laurel on both sides. They're like inspiring the whole table.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh. So it wasn't one thing. It was a shift in consciousness because when I was driving here, I went by Tropicana Field and I said, well, what's it going to take to rent that out and have an event?
Woo!
Whoa!
Woo! All right, now we've got some inspiration going in the room now here. Let me see this. Who wore blue today? That's what I want to know. Yeah, thank you.
I've been attending these events practically since they started them. And I live right here, so they know me really well. And I've purchased a few of the programs, never used them. And this time, probably on the first day, I said to myself, what have I got to lose? I scraped every dime that I had in my account together, and I paid for that whole program yesterday.
Woo! Give her a big hand. Woohoo!
Because what do any of you in this room have to lose? I mean, if you can scrape that money up, you're going to make it back immediately.
Caleb said so.
Within a short period of time.
Yes.
Because they guarantee it. But I'm not depending on their guarantee. I'm going to work really hard and make it happen. But I got to tell you, anyone in this room that hasn't done it, and they're not paying me to say this, you really need to figure out a way to get it done and do it because you do not have a thing to lose.
That's right. Woohoo! Yes, over here.
I'm not even sure if anyone exactly said this, but the message I got was, or my aha moment was, your business will exhaust you until it is no longer about you.
I haven't heard that, but that's a powerful one. That is like a culmination of a lot of things that were said. You know what? And I felt that too, so I know exactly what you're saying. Thank you, Susan. Give her a hand for that one. It was powerful.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Shimoni, and I'm kind of like the rest of you. I'm in awe. Okay, yesterday I really got a spanking for myself about leadership. You think you're a leader, but you got a lot of work to do, and that's me. So I had to go back to my room and do some praying and meditating, and what I got from that is to live in the vision, not in the work. So I have to have more vision for me, my team, my life, so that I can be fulfilled. So that's what I took from
Wonderful,
yesterday.
wonderful. You know, we come here thinking we're doing everything right. We're exhausted. We're working really hard. We have bills. We've got colleges looking for paychecks. We think we've got it all figured out. Some of us have business degrees, and we're the best in the world. But it's not until we come here and Dave and Dustin show us things that you can't know what you don't know. I knew how to get myself here, but I didn't know how to get myself here. And they helped me get here so that they could serve me, because that's who they are. They serve you. And the whole entire team does that. You know, we have coaches here. I've gotten to know Dutch many occasions, and he is a genius. Any opportunity I have, and I let you guys go this time. Any opportunity I have, I'm the first one in the back of the table so I can have lunch with him. And Vanessa, who's operations and systems, and Caroline, who knows everybody because she dates you till the end of time, right? And Adam, who is a young genius who has sold millions of dollars. Who wouldn't want to have lunch with these people? Who wouldn't want to go over that form that you filled out to get some ideas that you can take back to your business and have huge success?
They're here to serve, and I know that about them. So please take advantage of that time today. If they do come and tap you on the shoulder, take advantage of that time because it's invaluable. There's nothing that you can do to replace that time. So take that. Thank you so much for sharing. I met Shelley the first day. I was really nervous. Oh, I hope I'm doing a good job because I really want to lift them up so high because of what they've done for me. And I walk in the bathroom, she goes, oh my God! Like this. I'm like, she goes, I'm so happy to be here. And she's holding me. I'm like, okay, who are you? She's like, I'm Shelley. I was like, wow, thank you. That made me feel so good. I'm like, maybe I'm doing a good job. So she goes, this is the best decision I've ever made in my whole life, right? Thank you. And that made me feel awesome, like I was feeling like I was able to serve you. So thank you for doing that. And anybody that you want to give some of that good energy to, give it to them, especially in the bathroom. They'll really think you're crazy. But then they'll love you the rest of the weekend. Any more? A couple more? Right here? Oh, my goodness. So today's the first day of the rest of your life, isn't it? Woo! You know what? Tall, dark, and handsome doesn't hurt either, does it? No. Good. That's a great aha, too. One more? One more? Anybody want to share over here? Oh, here we come. Look at Al. Oh, I thought that was Adam. I couldn't see. Woo-hoo, that was fast.
Hi, my name is Cecily, and my aha moment was when Dave said that he watched preachers. That just cracked me up because I remember as a little girl when you watch that preacher and they start winding up and then you're just ready to roll. So
they're ready to roll. Good preachers know how to inspire an audience, don't they? They're going to get you from here to there. All right, so let's do the drawing for, Jane, I think you have your furthest traveled award was in here, so we have it in the back of the table. And we're going to give away the Best Wow Moment Award. I'm going to pick 3 or 4, and I'm going to read them, but I'm not going to say who they are, and then we're going to cheer for them, okay, for the award. Okay. We have, the most important thing is to know your point of conversion and the score that brings the people. Next one is become more with you and make your own passion. Earn money and monetize. Dave's sinking boat moment. It's all about content. Structure and language of an irresistible offer, and list.nextmark.com and Melissa data. So only cheer for the one that you want, okay, that to win. First, the most important thing is to know your point of conversion and the score that's going to bring people. Yes, very good. We know where that came from. Okay, the next, bring more with you, become more with you, and make your passion earn money, monetize. It's all about content, okay? Structure and language of an irresistible offer, yes, okay. List.nextmark.com, melissadata.com. So only 2 people wrote that one down. That was huge about me figuring out, write this down though, whether we pick it or not. The melissadata.com will really help you take your list and upload that, and you can get the specifics on who your ideal client is. Make sure you load up the list of the people who actually paid you. That was a big aha I got from the mastermind. melissadata.com. And finally, Dave's sinking boat moment. I think the first one, what do you guys think in the back? The first one? Okay, I think it was either one of these two. The most important thing is to know your point of conversion and the score to bring the secret is to bring people. The secret is to bring people, and the second one is become more with you and make your passion earn money, monetize. So, important to know you and point of conversion.
and become more with you and make your passion and monetize. Yeah? Okay. So that was Eric. Is Eric here? Eric, that's you? Well, come on up and get your award. Give him a big hand. Thank you for sharing. And I'm going to read some. Eric, did you write that wow moment? Well, come on up then. He's like, who's Eric? Did you have a wow moment, or is it a new day? Woo! Oh my gosh. Wow, you've been working out. Let me see that. Look at that. Woo! Okay, here you go. Right there, picture.
All right.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Give him a big hand. Woo! Okay. You can have this. Yes, no, that's yours. That's yours. So our next award that we're going to be giving out at the end of the day is going to be the Most Engaged Award. How are we going to judge that? Are we going to be able to do the pound sign, or the hashtag? Okay, so social media. You know, when we had the social media award the other day, we had a lot of engagement, and I haven't really seen as much. So those of you who are just coming in, you want to go in and like the Speaking Empire page on Facebook. So do that. Take your phones out and like them. You also want to go in and follow Speaking Empire on Twitter. Then, when you're posting your pictures, and I've seen us forget to do this, make sure you do hashtag Speaking Empire on every picture, because that's how we're going to find you. We're going to type in hashtag Speaking Empire, and that's how you can find all the pictures for the entire weekend. Hashtag Speaking Empire, and they'll all show up. So things that you didn't even know happened will be there. You'll see. It'll be really cool. Probably me and Chamonix in the bathroom, right? Okay, and then we're going to give this award here for the most engaged. And I want to talk to everybody a little bit about decisions. So when I decided to make that leap and do my Power Day, I had an event already scheduled. And I also had some one-day events scheduled leading up to my 3-day. This was November-ish. My event was at the end of March, and I had 2 or 3 one-days. And I knew that I needed that talk. I knew I needed something that was going to get me from here to here, and that was going to convert, because I was only able to convert a few people from speaking in webinars. Every time I did the work for a webinar, I'd get 1 or 2. 1 or 2. That's a lot of work and a lot of time away from your family to do. But when you start converting 20 and 30% on a webinar, it makes it worth it. When you start converting 50 and 60% in a room, it makes it worth it. So I came to them, and I wanted this Power Day to get this talk together so I could start doing that. But that's great. How was I going to fill my boot camp? I had a list, but I didn't have affiliate partners, and I didn't understand today's marketing. There's a lot of things that change month, week, every day, every month. And I knew that Dustin was a marketing genius. So I joined the mastermind. He didn't have a marketing boot camp there. Had he done that, I would have done that as well. But what happened was, I was on a trip before my 3-day event. I had technical challenges. Who's ever had technical challenges, right? With either MailChimp or Infusionsoft or whatever your computer. I had technical challenges. I had team challenges. Who's ever had team challenges, right? No one, over here, no one has any team challenges at all? No? I want to come be on your team, right? So team challenges, technical challenges. 12 days before my 3-day boot camp, we had no one registered. You couldn't register. The link didn't work. We had over 250 people who had free tickets that couldn't even register. They weren't getting emails, and no one knew about the event. And Marriott wanted their $14,000. Because of the things that Dustin showed me how to do, we had almost 100 people there 12 days later. And that was huge for the stuff that he told me, because it's not in books. It's not like out on the internet or in a 6-week program. Almost 100 people. Also, I had a really, really big multi-million-dollar speaker come on my stage, and all my friends are like, you don't want her to come? She's going to take all your people. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to serve, and if she's going to be able to serve, then I want her there. But Dustin, the genius that he is, says you need to put your son on right after her to diffuse that energy. And guess what? He did. So Caleb got up on stage with a talk that they helped him create and completely got that person's energy out of the room. She did an amazing job. She served my crowd, and as soon as she walked out the door, everything that came with her left. And because of that, we sold well over $100,000. Right? Thank you, Dustin. Another secret that he taught me is I had paid money at an expo to speak 3 days before my event because I knew every time I go out and network, because when you go out and network, I sell a ticket. I'd get someone to come to the event. Well, I paid to speak at an expo. 3 days before I was supposed to speak, I get an email that says, look at the speakers we have. And I was in the same slot as 2 other people. The other guy had the same topic as me, and he was in the hallway right in front of my room. I'm like, this is, I was not happy. And I called Dustin crying. He's really good at answering those calls. And I said, what am I going to do? I paid all this money. He goes, okay, we can do one of 3 things. He goes, 1, we can cry about it. He goes, or we can just blow it off, go in there and knock it out of the park and do a great job. Or we can do guerrilla marketing. What do you choose? I go, guerrilla marketing. So I'm not going to tell you the secret that he had me do, but my room was packed. My breakout was packed. The guy in the hallway had no one. It's not my fault. That was the event planner's fault, right? And 3 people from that room were at my boot camp the next day, and one of them signed up in my program, $15,000 program. So thank you, Dustin, again. All with a tissue to wipe the tears away. Because when you're doing your own event, it gets a little bit stressful, especially when it's your first one, and you need somebody with experience. Not someone who's done 1 or 2, but somebody who's done thousands, who's filled rooms, who's taken from 0 to thousands of events, filled them, made millions of dollars for other people. So I'm really super grateful that I had him. But it's about decisions, right? When you make that decision, which most of you will today, about doing your own event, because that's how I knew it was very stressful that I was going to go from here to here, because I was in this small pond being a big fish, and I knew I had to do that boot camp to take me up. So do you guys remember me showing you that picture of me really fat about 8 years ago? I want to show you this. I found these when I was looking for Caleb's ties. These were my pants that I was wearing Thanksgiving 8 years ago. And I was using a scooter at Walmart because I was in so much pain. But my son wanted to go snow skiing. And I couldn't take him because I couldn't get up, and they didn't make snow pants this big either. And I couldn't get up. But I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision to step into what I knew that I could be, so I could be there for my son. Because I knew that he was growing up and he needed somebody to be there for him. And I had to do the same thing when I was here a year ago and step into that power so that I could take my business and everything to the next level. So once again, I want to bring back the amazing marketing magician, and this is the name I'm giving him because he's got all kinds of other names. The amazing, amazing, incredible. Are you ready for marketing boot camp this morning? Yes? Will you guys please stand up and let's give a big whooping holler for the amazing Dustin Matthews. Woo! So who met at least one person they could see doing business with? Right? Woo! How about 2? At least 2. Very good. What about 3? Woo! How many people did we do? Like 4? How many people did you meet total? 4? You met 5? How many people thought that they could do business with every single person they met? Isn't that awesome? Look at that. The power. And you know what? These are people. Shh. We're going to take a break in just in a few minutes. We've got some stuff coming up. Where is, I don't see anybody in the back. So let me hear, we have a mic runner? Where's Caleb? I can't see anything from up here. So I would love somebody to share who they met. Tell me about the experience that you had. And this is a tough exercise because once you meet somebody that you like, and it's tough for us to get people to move when you have a long line like that, but it's really good because if you do this when you're doing your events, especially in the beginning, people immediately start forming connections. And they start learning and they start becoming more engaged in the event. But then they never come back from break. So, yeah, stand up, please, and tell us what you learned.
Wow. It was really good. I met Anthony. Woo! Good. And clearly, we recognize that we can definitely work together. based on the services that we are offering each other. It's almost like, okay, once the client is finished with me, they go to him, and once they're finished with him, they're back to me, so we can really monetize our clients, so we can really see the value of working with him. It's going to be awesome, brother.
You guys were the cutest couple of all. I saw them over here. They were like the BFFs forever. It was so wonderful. Oh, they were like sharing wife stories and everything else. That was wonderful. Who else? Who else? How about over there? Right over there. The lady right there with the black.
Actually, I met two people, and this is really interesting because I met Mara over here, and Mara was the recipient of about $20,000 in free stuff when she gave up her $100 bill. And guess what she did in line? She offered to do something for me for free. As a very giving person. And one other person that I met in line was Terry Christine, and Terry pointed out to me that she has a skill that would be extremely important for my clients to hear, because I deal in the tiny house industry, and these people are challenged with getting rid of all their stuff so they can live like that. And she was pointing out how her skills could help them get in their head and determine why they're holding on, like the hoarders and things like that. So I got two amazing contacts among all the others that I got. Thank you.
Very good. Woo-hoo. Who else? One more person? I see a hand raised. Over here, all the way in the far corner, left.
Thanks, man. Well, thank you. I met Miriam, and she looked at the back of my card, and I wasn't even talking about corporate work. And she said, "Oh, you do corporate work?" And it's, "Oh, yeah, I forgot about that." So it was really nice to be reminded of another piece, because I do a whole bunch of things, and I had neglected that.
Mm-hmm.
And Trish Golden and I have known each other for years, and Dustin. And I learned something about her that I didn't know, even though we talked yesterday, about her looking for products, and she's promoting that. And I was able to tell Miriam to talk to Jordan and Scott over here, because she's looking for computer people.
Very
and
good.
So it was really kind of fun to point out who she could talk to as well.
Wasn't it kind of interesting that the people you were meeting, like you've been with them for 3 or 4 days, and you're like, whoa, wow, I didn't even know you were right there. Thank you, everybody. Give her a hand. That's amazing. Would it be okay with you if you want to share over here the other half of the awesome couple? Here. They were the cutest couple. I'm saying, they were over there. Oh my God, they were like hugging each other. They were like girls.
I don't know what to say to that.
They were so cute.
My name is Anthony Abram. I want to say this, is that actually the networking for me had begun before this. So what I took from it the most was it was an opportunity to reinforce the relationships that I'd already created before.
Because you are a friendly person too. You've been building relationships for the last 4 days. And this is a good way to get those people who didn't come out of the womb talking like you and I, right? Those who are more, closed into themselves, to really get out there and stretch and start talking. But that's great, because you use that to reinforce those relationships.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Very good. Very good. How many people go to networking events and it's like, "Oh, Dr. Gale, I'm so glad I saw you. It's so awesome. Yeah, we should get together. Okay, we should do this. Yeah, call me." How many people do that? Only 4? You guys don't go to networking events and say, "We're going to connect, we're going to get together, let's call you, I'll call you, you call me." And then 3 weeks later, 3 months later, whenever you run into them, you can't remember their name, their card is under your car seat somewhere, and you are embarrassed because you haven't followed up. Does that ever happen to anyone here at all? Yes? Me all the time, all the time. Is it okay with you if I share one thing that's really helped me? That I don't go networking at all, unless I do this one thing. Networking, JVs, or events. And I want to share this with you because I was doing a weekly webinar looking for expert guests to be on my weekly webinar. And I said that in this line at the very last event.
How many people here were at the last event, the very last one? I said it in this line, and the people that I met, I told them that. And they all wrote my information down. I wrote their information down. They went to Infusionsoft. They've gotten emails from me. I followed up with them. Not one single person called me. Not one. Not one single person called me to follow up after I told them I was looking for expert guests on my webinar. The only person that did was one guy, and he's not here, and that's because I met him, and he reminded me so much of Caleb, but was a little older, and he had some books, and we started talking. And that was, when was the other event, like 3 months ago? Since then, he has flown out. I have put him on my stage. He was a guest at my event, and he's been on 2 webinars already. One person, because he followed up. So look at the list that you have right now, the cards. Look at them, and look at the things that you have on the sheets. Who are you going to follow up with? It all seems great and wonderful right now, but who are you really? Because when we get back, and Dave's going to talk a lot about this when he comes out here, when you get back, it's all the dog's going to throw up, and the spouse is going to want to know why you didn't load the dishwasher correctly. Oh, wait, that's just me. Why life is going to come back at us, and then all the stuff's going to go on a table, and it's going to pile up, and life's going to take back over with our businesses and everything else. So one of the things, if it's okay with you, I want to share the one thing that I do at networking events, other than I have a system. And that was one of the reasons why I got involved with Dave and Dustin at the Speaking Empires. I needed a system. I was working more than I could possibly work. I needed systems. I needed checklists. I needed tools. I needed resources. And I created some, but I needed what they had. Because he had to build the company to where he was going to sell it public. They had to have their stuff together, whether they did or not. They had to. And it's been awesome. But this one thing that I do is I carry my phone is synced with my calendar. I know what open spots I have. And what's your name? Sharp is your last name. Dave Sharp. Dave, come. Come here, Dave. So I meet Dave in the hallway. Oh my God, Dave, we should really get together. Really, look at him, we should get together. No. Just saying, right? No, I'm just teasing. Just teasing. So we should really get together. Yeah, okay, that's great. So I'd be like, well, when? Well, I'll call you. But I pull out my phone and I say, well, you know what? And I take the responsibility for it. I'll forget. I don't want to drop the ball. I don't want to have you call my assistant or anything. Why don't we just do it now, pencil it in for something that's really good for you and I, and then if something changes, we can change it. Would that be okay with you? Perfect. Awesome. We have a date. See? And then we pull out our phones and our calendars, and we book it. Where's your phone? Get your phone out. No. See? It's already not working. No, I'm just kidding. Give them a big hand for coming up here. Thank you so much. So I book it right then. So would it be okay with you if you would consider picking that one person that you want to have a JV partnership with or just make a connection with and go ahead and putting it in your calendar now? For even if it's 3 weeks from now. If you're like me and like Michelle up here, like my calendar's full till I think after Thanksgiving. It's crazy right now. But put it in there because that way that time is already occupied. That person has that space in your life and your business. And then you will follow up with them. And they'll be blown away because no one else is going to follow up with them, right? You guys like that? Who uses that now? Who does that now? So you guys have a lot more follow-up in your life, correct? Yeah? Do we have Dave and Dustin ready or Dave ready yet? No, I can't see back there. Okay. Okay. They're going to get Dave. So I brought this. I wanted to share this with you. Last year, I was in Arizona, and I was invited to speak at the International ADHD Coaches Organization to all of the ADHD coaches on teaching them how to build a business because they know how to be great coaches, and that was it. And I found this purse, and I love this purse, and I just wanted to share it. Can anybody see what this says? Pretending to be a normal person day after day is exhausting. So that's me. And then what I love about being with the Speaking Empire, and the reason I brought this up here is I wanted to share with you is how many people here feel like they kind of stuck out, like a sore thumb, or they weren't really quite using their gifts in their business? Anybody here? Yep. Or when you're out networking? You're going to come up too? Well, what they help you do is take your gifts and be able to transfer them into marketable skills, to be able to put them into your presentation, to be able to incorporate them into your business so that you're happier and that things are going more smoothly. Hey, Dutch, we have Dave coming up next? Yes. Okay. Do you know when? I'm about to start dancing again. This is an incredible moment. Oh, I like the question. Awesome. I've done all of that except writing down the question. I know. Well, you already look, and it happened. It has come to fruition. I do think the questions are important. How many people, if you still have questions about the event or things that you learned, I do think that's important too, because when Dave does his implementation section here, he's going to talk about that. And if you can write some of those questions down, you'll be able to get those answered at the last part. So write down the person that you do intend to follow up with. And if you can see them before you leave and get that scheduled in, and then the questions that you have. And we'll take. Ron, what did you write down? Stand up. You were getting it booked? Very good. Look at that. Give him a hand. He's already booked his follow-up appointment. Who else has done that? Yes, over here. You already booked your follow-up appointment. Very good. There's another one. Who else? What about over here? Is that what you guys are doing? Yeah? Okay. So, those questions that you just wrote down, you can get those answered. Also, when you guys are meeting with the coaches, if you haven't already gone in there, take those with you. And if you still have any more, then we'll find them this afternoon for you to talk before you leave. Remember to set those follow-up appointments with people so that you can be able to follow up with them, and you can connect, and you can form that JV relationship, because I think it's really important. Remember, not one single person followed up with me at that last event. I had to do the follow-up if I wanted, and I didn't get any speakers for that webinar because no one followed up. I went through the whole exercise as you did. So be that person who's going to take action. You've learned a lot over the last 3 days. Those of you who's been here at least 3 times already. At least. Dr. Gail, raise your hand. I know you've been here even more than me, right? So if you've been here, did you learn something new again this weekend, right? 10 times. So those new things, what are you going to do with that? The most important thing is not that you try to do everything, but that you take action. If something is inside of you and it's telling you to move forward, especially, and I'm not trying to pick on women just because I am one, we get in that place of fear and we hold ourselves back because we like to feel safe and we like to feel secure. But that's all a facade.
Because where that safety and security is in our freedom. The freedom to when he gets accepted to college, I can get in the car and drive with him all the way to college and work from the car while he's driving. Where I couldn't do that in corporate. I couldn't do that when I was tied to that other stuff. So take action. If you know something is pressing on you and it's pushing you forward, take action and move forward. Got it? Can I have that? Say, look to the person to your left, say, I promise to take action. Tell me. Okay, he promises to take action. All right. So now the master of implementation himself is here. And you guys are going to love this. I love the plan that Dave helps you create. He gets me to take action, and I'm an action taker, and he pushes me to take action. So you guys, here we go for the amazing afternoon of awesome implementation and action with the amazing Dave Van Hoos. Please, on your feet and welcome him back to the stage.
All right, thank you.